asked Aubrey to tell me more about the Sense program and the 7 deadly things he says cause aging and death. I felt that if I could get the gist of this, I'd understand what Aubrey and his vision are all about.
The Sense approach to defeating aging is a 7-point plan, really. And the first one is indigestible molecules. These things accumulate in the cell, inside the lysosome. The lysosome gets them, it fails to break them down, it just sequesters them. And for a long, long time, that's harmless. The cell just copes because the lysosome is keeping these toxic molecules.
I soon realized we'd never reached number 7 before we got to Phoenix.
So you want a quick version of the 7 deadly things? Well, okay, here you go.
Number 1 is cells that die off and aren't naturally replaced, like in the heart and brain. It's what causes Parkinson's disease, for example.
The idea is to replace these cells to help the body to maintain the number of cells in these tissues. And that's really what stem cell therapy is for.
The second deadly thing is the proliferation of unwanted cells, like fat cells which replace muscle and lead to diabetes. Aubrey's idea here is to trick them into destroying themselves.
One way that's quite promising is to use what's called suicide gene therapy, where you have a virus that carries a gene that's toxic to any cell where the gene is expressed.
Number 3 is the formation of links between certain proteins and the resulting loss of elasticity in tissues like artery walls, say, which causes high blood pressure.
It's, in theory, possible to invent drugs that will react with these bonds and break them.
Number 4 is about cellular garbage. For example, the buildup of bad stuff called amyloid between cells in your brain causes Alzheimer's. And with garbage inside the cells, you get problems like hardening of the arteries and heart disease. Aubrey wants to engineer genes and enzymes to digest this junk. And then he told me about how aging damages the micro-machines called mitochondria that produce energy for the cell's activities. He wants to do some fancy swapping around of the mitochondrial DNA to protect it.
And of course, to do this to actual people, you'll need very good gene therapy.
The 7th and last deadly thing is mutations in the chromosomes and runaway cell division. It's the big one, cancer. That's it. All fixable in principle.
And they're all fixable in principle, and in fact, all of them are fixable foreseeably.